And there, YouTube, welcome back to Highwayman Trucking and My Way on the Highway. I wanted to do a follow-up video to a video I did a couple of months ago, and I posted it on my channel, but I originally posted it on my wife's channel, Obsessive Prepper AZ, because at the time I hadn't created a channel yet and started going. It was on Frederick Thompson, FTI, Bill Thompson, and failure to pay, and a company that has gone out of business. I know that video has gotten a lot of views, and there's a lot of people out there that FTI, Bill Thompson, owes a great deal of money to. I've been in touch with a few people that they've owed money that I met through publishing that video and my reviews on what was their Facebook page. And I've kept in contact with a couple. I've heard of one partial payment and no payment on the rest. I, of course, nothing better to do sometimes, so I've kept track of the company and done a little bit of homework. All their offices in the United States are completely closed, at least doing business under the FTI Bill Thompson name. There was Moline, Illinois, there was Helena, Alabama, there was a Laredo, Texas. There's also a Dundas, Ontario, Canada. To my knowledge, the Canadian side of things is still up and running. And prior to Bill Thompson going out of business a couple of years ago, they were actually bought out by another company, and that's HBH Transportation out of Denver, Colorado. And I'll put a picture up of their info as well. This HBH company, I contacted several times, left voicemails, never heard anything back. Finally, last week, before I headed out, I got through to somebody, and they said that they sent me a formal email that they would be sending me correspondence via the U.S. mail as to the proceedings of everything. And essentially, FTI filed bankruptcy, and it lists a report or claim that I can file to be listed as one of their creditors. And this was just a really horrible, dishonest company. But prior to the rocky road that started, I think around September, October of last year, they were a very reputable company for a long time. And it's one of those things, I had no idea when I booked this load. I believe I booked it the first week of December, and was supposed to be paid the first week of January, and I never heard anything. And then ultimately, a few months down the road, you can watch the other video and see what transpired there. But staying up on top of this and current, through one of the people that I spoke with via Facebook Messenger, she was able to get an email in writing, so to speak, of their repayment plan or structure, and she had forwarded that to me. And it said that I would be paid, I believe, December of this year or something like that was the result of that. But I'll post this up here as well so you can view that. But having not heard anything, I started tracking down this parent company, HBH, and held them to the fire, so to speak. And I just received this claim in the mail that I've got to file now to be listed as one of FTI's creditors. What really gets me is how these big companies are able to protect themselves under the bankruptcy laws. Now, you would think, I mean, this was a fairly good-sized company with offices in the United States and Canada, with a parent company that is still doing business today. They have many owner-operators leased on. They have their own equipment and company drivers, and they're still pushing freight. And it really irks me that a subsidiary of theirs can completely go under, owe people money, yet this parent company isn't responsible for that debt, and that's really frustrating. At how some of these big companies are protected. Now, in bankruptcy. Granted, they're supposed to, you know, sell off all the company's assets and then pay everybody an even amount. And that really stinks for those guys that were, you know, $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 in debt to this company. Personally, I can't imagine allowing anyone to get that far in debt to me. I just would never do it. You know, net 30 rolls around and anything sketchy, we're not hauling for them again. And you know, certainly not till substantial payment is brought current and so forth. And you know, I get it, you got 10 or 15 trucks, and I mean, you could in 1 month be hauling exclusively for a company, and that could set you back, you know, $50,000, $60,000. I can see that very easily, very clearly. I don't know if that was the case. I don't know everybody's specifics on this company, but they were a horrible company. They knew they weren't paying their bills when I booked that load, and it seems to me somebody should have been held criminally liable for fraud at that point, when they were, you know, 2-3 months behind on their invoices, yet still brokering loads and so forth at the time when they did myself. And there was people that even you know, booked after me. I think they lasted for almost 6 months after they shorted me of doing business and conducting business. I mean, if you watch that video, I spoke to people in the office, and they were just dumbfounded at what was going on. Some had given their resignation, looking for other jobs. People, you know, had no clue. Management was well aware. I spoke to management, and they just continued the fraud, so to speak. And anyhow, I'm not upset anymore. They are what they are. But just a little update, because I know that video is still getting a lot of responses. And again, the parent company that bought FTI, Bill Thompson Incorporated, is HBH Transportation out of Colorado. And I'll post a picture of their information again here. And if anybody out there is trying to track down how to get paid from Bill Thompson FTI, your best and only recourse is to go through this HBH. It's quite a process. I don't advise just leaving a message, demand to get through to somebody, because I never got a return phone call for 2 months, and finally got somebody on the phone. And like I said, they sent me a formal email, and then we just received this claim packet to attach to their bankruptcy in the mail. Who knows if we'll ever see any money out of it? I don't know. You know, for all I know, everybody might receive $50. Who knows how many people they owe? And again, you know, I was fortunate. They got me for a couple $1,000s. Some people was less, and I heard all the way up to $75,000. So anyhow, just wanted to do this little quick video attaching that and that stuff rather, and giving you a quick update on what I've heard and what I haven't heard. Double check those brokers, folks. Double check their credit score, their payment terms, everything. Know what you're getting yourself into before you ever pick that load up. And stay safe out there. If you like the video, please subscribe. If you want to be notified of future references, ring the bell. Have a blessed day.